Hi guys, thanks for joining me. This is a final reveal for the ambulance that I was doing for UKScalemodeler's Great War group build. The deadline's 11th of November. Now, as you can see, this is the kit that I chose to do. I have to say, 1/48 scale, it was a really detailed kit. You could build it with the engine inside. There were so many parts. The plastic was a little brittle though, unfortunately, and there were parts broken on the sprue, and also trying to remove some parts resulted in breakages as well. The finished result hasn't been matte varnished because the weather's not right for it, and I don't want to spoil the finish that I have. So without further ado, let me just get the build and we'll have a look. So here she is. As I say, a really interesting build to do, very detailed. The decals unfortunately did silver a bit, even though I put them on the top of clear coat, and I also clear coated them in. I had to get the end of the blade and put holes in the decal to get the clear to seep in underneath. So this was finished in Vallejo's Field Blue, which is 964, which I thought was a good match to the box art. It's had a sludge wash put over it, but I used a dark grey rather than a black, and I think I made a mistake there. I think I should have gone with the black. The dark grey is blending in too much with the blue. But it toned down the paint a bit, so bringing it more to the colour I wanted. There is actually rubber paint on the tyres, although it's blending in quite well with the blue on the rims there. The only thing perhaps I should have done really was, if you see the box just under the cab where it looks like it's split in half, really that's just one big box, and I should have I didn't realise that at the time. I thought it was separate boxes, and so some perfect putty would have sorted that out for me. If I just turn it round so we can see the front, and just bring that down a bit. The headlights are a bit disappointing. There was supposed to be a circle of plastic that goes on the outside the lights, and they were held in 3 points on the sprue, and when I tried to remove it, both of them basically broke at all 3 points. So I had like three-thirds of a circle on both occasions, and it just wasn't happening, to be honest, guys. So I just painted the interior of the light silver, and I'm just making out that it received some blast damage or something, and it's smashed the headlights. So a different build to do, I think, for commemorating the fallen. I have to confess that only reading stuff and watching stuff recently have I have a better understanding, perhaps not of the medical services in World War I, but I'm referring to the conscientious objectors who, rather than picking up a rifle, would go out into no man's land and basically carrying stretchers and try and get guys back, which in itself was a brave act. It certainly, for my mind, showed that they didn't lack courage. It was just that they decided that they couldn't take another man's life. And I think one of my favourite films at the moment to show that heroism has got to be Hacksaw Ridge. Fantastic film, really, telling the story of a chap from the States and what he did, being a conscientious objector. So there's just one last thing to do before I close this video. So in commemoration of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to buy my freedom and to keep my country free, may they rest in peace, and God bless them, and we will remember them.